Hey everybody, this is Cathy, Crowder's Mountain, North Carolina. I hope you're all doing well and safe from the storms. We're okay here. We just got a little lightning and rain and we were thankful for that. But today I wanted to create the video for you to show you how to paint the lines on that Native American cross. In that video, I promised I'd come back and show you how I painted the lines that's going through the cross. And so this video, I hope, serves that purpose. I think some of the footage has has audio and some of it does not. But I hope I get my point across and I hope you enjoy it and just learn the technique that I use when I'm painting small lines. And you can use this technique on flowers, anytime you have to have small lines, like the Carolina lily, some of those. Anyway, let's get started and see what we come up with. Okay, I'm this far along. And I've got it all taped up and painted except for the inside. And I think this would be so interesting to you guys that I'm going to slow it down and I'm going to tape this part. And what I'm talking about is the outline. You know, I said from the start, we have an outline on all these sections. And I've taped it with that 1/8 inch tape. And that's how wide the outline is going to be. So I have to paint this part and come back along and paint that 1/8 inch strip all around it, all the way up and across and all around it. So I'm going to slow down when I get to that part and actually film it so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is tape this up and paint this background. And that's what I call it, the background. And when I get that done, I'll show you how I'm going to paint these outlines. I just wanted you to see it so far. Okay, before I get started, I wanted to show you this, which is very important if you're going to do this. Let me show you over here. You see these lines where I taped it up and how it's coming out on into the background here? Well, I have to be real careful and cut these so that it is perfect. Well, I don't know how good you're seeing this. See, if I'm going to make that, I know this is not very good. I'm sorry. I'm holding the phone and cutting at the same time. Unlock phone, the camera. Okay, see that? That'll give me a good crisp outline when I'm outlining that particular section right there, like I did these. So you want to go all the way around and make sure you've got, I'll cut this too in a minute, but just make sure that you cut that. You don't want any of that tape overlapping, because when you paint it, you'll have a place there that's not painted. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, I got to go all the way around it, clean it up, get rid of all these pieces of tape that are not where they should be. But you can see where there's the line that's going up through there. And it's taped all the way up to the end. And when I pull this up, it's going to be a white spot. And I'll show you that. The white line, I mean. Then we got to paint that little skinny strip. Okay, I've got all the tape peeled off except for the yellow around the cross. Now, when I pull that tape off, I have to be real careful not to pull up that 1/8 inch tape. And I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, here it is. I've got the yellow tape off. Now, let me zoom in and show you that, or just walk up closer and show you the red. There's the red 1/8 inch tape that I said was going to be our background. That's not too, there you go. You see it? There's the 1/8 inch tape that's going to be our outline. Now what I have to do is be very careful to put my painter's tape on both sides of that 1/8 inch tape. Then I'll pull it up and paint the outline. I got to get all my nerves in one box for this. But I'll show you, once I get one strip taped, I will show you. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do the whole thing, but I want to show you how I do one strip. And then I'll show you when I'm done with all of it. Okay, I am going to show you how I did this on maybe one of the other parts of the cross. But what I did, I went on both sides. There's where my yellow tape is. And I went on both sides and taped it down real close to that tape. And then I painted it. Well, no. I pulled up the old tape. I pulled the tape up after I got it. I don't say this. I taped on both sides, and then I pulled the red 1/8 inch tape up, which left, the unpainted part of the board. So I have painted it, and that's kind of hard to see. And I'm getting ready to pull that up. But on the next one, I think what I'm going to do, and I've never done this before, so this intricate. Now, I've done lines and made straight lines using this method before, but what I think I'm going to do, like I painted on, put my tape down on both sides and then pulled it up. Well, on this one, I think I'm going to pull the red tape up first, which will leave the exposed parts of the board that's not painted, and then tape it down and see which one works the best. I'll let you know. I'll show you before I paint that one, and then I'll do this one the way I done that one, so you'll see both ways. Okay, this one is the one that I outlined the 1/8 inch tape. I outlined it with my painter's tape and then pulled the tape up, the 1/8 inch tape up, and then painted it. Well, over here, I pulled the tape up first and then outlined, where it wasn't painted. That was easier to do. Let's see how it does when I paint it. That turned out real good. I only had one little boo-boo right there, but the rest of it looked real good. So let's see what this looks like. This was easier. Now, I have to tell you, than to trying to get that tape right up against that other tape. So I was putting it right up against there, and then up against here on both sides. So this was easier. Let's see what happens. Well, I can't tell the difference in the way they look. Both ways worked out fine. But taking up the tape first and outlining the little tiny strip was a lot easier than the way I did this one. So I'm going to do the other two this way. So I think it's working out. Either way would work. But that way I don't have to worry about some kind of magic marker or something fading. I've got 3 coats of paint on it, just like the rest of it. Yay!